Well, folks, that sound can only mean one thing. It's Dr. Digipole with his weekly social media segment, Dr. Alan Rosenblatt, the guru of all things social media and online organizing. Today with us in studio in We Act Radio in Anacostia, Washington, D.C. Alan, thanks so much for joining us. Hold on a second, Alan.
Sure.
I think we were having some sound issues there, but I think now we're back.
Yeah.
Alan, we have I think we're working on getting this together at the moment, and that is getting the identity of a man who essentially imitated Edward Snowden, the NSA leaker, on Twitter. I believe we now have him on the line. And Alan, first, you were talking about some direct access issues,
right.
In terms of you were
about PRISM.
About the issue of PRISM, about how the national security agencies get this information, how wide of a dragnet and how direct their access is to these online platforms. And you're essentially saying, you're telling us that it is mediated by a human, and that Facebook and everyone else like that doesn't just hand over massive records, or that the government doesn't go into their server.
So when there's a need to initiate a request for a person's records from Facebook, the request goes to from a NSA analyst to Facebook. A person there assesses it. Usually a warrant or something along those lines requires the process, and then the information is taken for that person and probably put on a server that's separate from the Facebook servers, that then the NSA can FTP the data from the server.
Just so we're clear, you know that from a source within the industry who you can't name?
Yeah, so it's not a certain assessment, but based on the information that's been given out, it's the most likely, given the information coming from Facebook and Google, given the slide in particular and what was left out, information that was left out of the slide, even in Snowden's own representation, there's nothing in there that explicitly says direct access from NSA servers to Facebook servers. Nothing in there at all. So,
But in theory, I mean, couldn't these social media outlets and everything like that, and I don't want to go too far down this hole, couldn't they also be restricted by the law from revealing if they did give direct access?
To be honest, Daniel, if they allowed this kind of stuff and it ever got out, it would be the instantaneous end of those businesses. And so I just don't think that that's a plausible explanation. I mean, Facebook is worth billions of dollars, and if they did something like this that could shut their business down overnight because everybody would massively retreat for lack of faith in them, I mean, there's just no way that's I got to go for the most simple explanation as being the most plausible one, and that certainly is not the most simple explanation.